So welcome to the second LEGO Winter Study class of 2022. And so I just want to talk about some administrative stuff first. The most important question to answer today is, do we think we can be ready to do the speed build either on Thursday, the 13th in the afternoon, or Friday the 14th, maybe around 10 a.m. And we have two Oxford students who are joining us, and we lose them on the 14th when they have to travel back across the pond. Looking at these sets, I think we should be able to make that call after tomorrow or Friday at the latest, when everybody will have a chance to take a look and see how quickly they can do things. Until we start getting data points, it's extremely tough to have an accurate assessment of how much time are we going to need. And so I am going to try to make today's class extremely short so that we can assign the bags and people can hopefully come and pick them up from me today. So if anybody wants to be vocal, I'm happy to put people on the spot. Do people have a can-do attitude? Do people think we can do this?
Yeah.
That's the confidence, right? The other thing is, this means for many of you, if this is all you want to do for the winter study, you will be done by the 14th, having a very intense, week and a half right now. For those who want to do other things, I am happy to talk about the book project. I'm happy to do more mathematics afterwards, but I'm all in favor of having an intense, couple of days right now. So we've got a few more people coming into the weight room. So a couple of you I've made co-hosts. So if you happen to see somebody trying to come into the class, please just let them in if the name looks reasonable. If you see somebody named Zoom Bomber, obviously don't let them in. Okay, so the big question right now is trying to decide who does which bags and trying to see how many friends and colleagues we can get to help. So as of the morning, we only had 9 friends willing to help. We're now up to 12. If we can get up to at a minimum 18, that would be wonderful. We really ideally would love to get up to 3 friends per person, because then that means one person could be in charge of say 2 bags with 3 friends helping. So each person would only essentially have to build one set of stairs, one part of the stand. And if we can do that, the 10 minutes will be no problem at all. I think we have a chance of getting down to 5 minutes. So I'm really going to encourage everybody, try to get at least 1 or 2, ideally 3 or 4 people, to help out. It's a lot of fun. There will hopefully be some type of, food. There'll be the chance of being part of, a world record, maybe getting into the Williams Alum magazine, lots of opportunities for fame and glory. If any of your friends happen to have $7,000 that they are willing to part with, there's also the chance of getting in Ripley's, believe it or not. So again, homework for today is to really think about, can you find people to help out? So what we need to do now is we need to assign the bags. And so right now, it looks like we have on the order of 19 people, but that includes me. And so let's call it 18 people, 32 bags. So right now, that means I think 2 bags per person. And then there are a couple of things where we will be able to give one person something a little bit smaller if something looks a little bit more complicated. So right now what we need to do is we need to figure out who's going to get which bag. And so hopefully you can see my screen over here. Yes, everybody can still see it? So what we need to do is we need to assign the 32 bags. Is it 32 bags? Does somebody have that information?
Good.
I will pull it up and double check.
32 is correct, I think.
Okay, thank you.
Black. Good.
So somebody might want to mute what's going on in the background. Okay. So let's start figuring out what's going on. I think bag 32, I'm double checking right now, is just some game stuff at the end.
Right here.
So it's, oh yeah, wait. Is bag 32 really this small of just two little things? Yeah, let me share my screen over here now. So this is where it sucks not having everything here. All right, so it looks like bag 32. Okay, so this is bag 31. All right, so bag 32 looks like it's very easy. All right, so we don't really have to worry too much right now about bag 32. Oh, okay, there's a few more things. Okay, never mind. Okay, all right, so 32 has a few things. Okay. All right, so let's start figuring out who's going to do which bag. So this is going to be, a little bit of a challenge, but I really want people to start picking up things today to work on. So let's see. Oops. All right. So I'm looking. Doesn't look like anyone's claimed bag 32, so we'll do that later. I see a couple of people have chosen 31. So I see Harrison has 31 as their first choice. So is 31 one of the multiples of one of the other bags? Oh, yeah. All right, so when we look at this, let me shift back to here. This is a really good picture. So this says, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 is very similar to 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. So if we're giving people two bags for now, and then there's going to be a couple of people who will just have one bag. It looks like 16 and 24 are the same, 17 and 25 are the same, and so on and so on. So 16 is one of the base plates. So for the base plates, we have 16, 24, and we'll see if it's also uh, 2 and 9. Okay, and then 1 is the field. So let's see. We have a lot of people who want to do 1. A lot of people who want to do 2. Few who want to do 9, 16. All right, so this is going to be fun. So let's back. So can I count on people getting more friends to join? Do people feel confident that we can get this number 12 up to at least 19, if not hopefully higher?
Yes.
Okay, good. So if we can do that, then each person can basically, if you're doing a step, stand, you'll be responsible for 2 bags, but hopefully you'll have a team of 3 of your friends. And then, if you need snacks or anything like that, happy to have a budget for that. All right, so let's do, I'm going to go somewhat in order. So I see James is saying that willing to do 2 and 9. So I will give James 2 and 9. And then the next one would be, wait a minute. Oh, 9 is a base plate, so no. I think it would be 2 and 10. Oh, no, no, oh, I'm sorry. 2 is the base plate. Okay, so. All right, we'll give you the 2 base plates, 2 and 9. And then let's see, we need 16 and 24. Has anybody said that they want to do those base plates? All right, I see
I can
Maddie.
do those.
Okay, was that Maddie or?
Or if Maddie wants to do one, I can do
Oh,
one
and
also.
I also see Peter, Maddie, who was just speaking a moment ago. I also
Taylor.
see Taylor. Okay, Taylor, you spoke, so you get it. So 16 and 24, and those also base plates. Okay. Is anybody really eager to do the field?
I would do the field.
Okay, who is that?
Maddie?
Maddie, okay. So as you will learn in life, there is often tremendous value to being vocal. So that's the fifth. So we've got 1, 2, 9, 16, 24, 31. All right, does anybody, 32 is probably not going to be that bad of a bag. And whoever does 32, potentially you will be helping me around and just almost like a second in command, helping to organize. Is anybody interested?
I can do 32. I can
Okay,
do 32. I'm Bruce.
Okay, Bruce. Okay, I will give you Bruce. We have 2 people who have not sent in responses. And so 32.
Yeah, I'm happy to do anything.
Who is that?
It's Elliot.
I'm sorry, you were staticky. Who is that?
Elliot.
Elliot, okay, so you are good.
Yeah.
Anything, I always love to hear that. Is Max here?
Yes, I can do anything as well.
Wonderful, love that, okay. So is there anybody eager to do 3 and 10? I see, Chucky, you said you were willing to do 3. Would you do 3 and 10?
Yeah, I can do 3 and 10.
Okay, so we've got 3 and 10. I'm trying to go in order. So we've got 1, 2, 3. Now we need to do 4. So Freya, I see you listed as you're willing to do 4. Will you be willing to do 4 and 11?
Yeah, that's good.
Excellent. We're making progress. So now we need 5 and 12. Marcelo.
I can do that.
Yep.
I'm Marcello. Yeah, who you
Oh,
just
good.
said.
So we're willing to do 5 and 12?
Yep.
Okay, good. Now we need 6. No one, I think, has expressed interest in 6. So anybody?
I can do 6.
Okay, good. Who's that?
Peter.
Peter. Excellent. So that would be 6 and 13. All right, so now 7. Let's see. Matthew, I see you've listed 7. Grace, you've listed 7. Either of you interested in doing 7 and 13?
Yeah, I can do 7.
Who is that?
Matt.
Matt, okay.
Matthew. Yep.
Okay. And then let's see, it's 7 and 14. And then we need 8 and 15.
I can do 8 and 15.
Okay, who is that?
Grace.
Grace, okay. Excellent. All right, so that gets us to the first set. And so now we now have 16 and 24 have been assigned. So now we need 17 and I think 25.
I can do that.
Okay, who is that?
Ahan.
Okay. And I said 17 and 25. And if it turns out I'm making a mistake and things are not aligned perfectly, just let me know. Okay, so now we need 18 and 26.
I'll do that if that works.
Okay, who is that?
Elliot.
Elliot?
Yep.
Okay. We're getting closer. 19 and 27. I'm trying to save Luke for 23 because I know you expressed an interest in that. Anybody willing to do 19 and 27? John, would you be willing to do that? Because all of your choices have been taken by now. John, is John Vaughn here? And I will interpret this as no objections from John in the interest of time. And so this is 19 and 27. All right, so now we need 20 and 28. Anybody willing to do 20 and 28? Luke, would you be willing to do 20 and 28? Is Luke here? All right, so what I'm going to do is I'll put these in green to just highlight the fact that I haven't confirmed. I'll put 20 and 28 over here. All right, so now we need 21 and 29.
Professor Miller, you can add a friend for me because I just found one for
Okay.
James.
For James, excellent. And then I'm assuming everybody knows that, you know, friends to help are friends outside of this class. I'm going to assume everybody knows that. All right, so we just done 20, 28, we need 21, 29. Victor, you willing to do 21, 29?
Yeah, I could do that.
All right, you got 21, 29. All right, now we need 22 and 30. Max, you willing to do that?
Yes.
Okay, 22 and 30. Now we need 23 and 31.
I can do that.
Is that Derek?
Yep, that's me.
That's 23, and I said 30. And now we need,
Okay.
oh,
thought you
no,
said 31.
It's 23 and 31, sorry. Okay, now we need 24. 24 is a base plate. And I think 32 was the final back. So I think that gives everybody something except Zach. Have we not given you anything?
I have not got anything yet.
Okay, so right now I'm going to put you as part of the wild card. And so what that might mean is I might want you to just learn lots of different of the assembly things. So for instance, you might be the person who is assembling the stands onto the gray stuff. You might be, helping out if there's a bag that's going slowly. You might be doing some sorting. You might be doing stickers.
Perfect, that works.
We will find something. All right, so this is, we now have an assignment for everyone. What I would like to do is spend the rest of the day giving things to people. Are people able to come inside a building, or do you still have to remain outside a building because of quarantine?
I think Freya and I have to stay outside at the moment.
Okay, so what I will do is I'm in Wackenheim right now. I'm on the first floor. Let me just check what classroom this is. So I'm in Wackenheim 113 right now. It'll take me about 2 minutes to go to my office, get the Legos and bring them down. If people can just, swing by over the next, hour or so, and then just, knock on the glass windows. I'm basically 113 is if you're coming into Wackenheim from the science quad. So biology would be on your left. You're walking in towards the main doors. I will be in the classroom there. There's, 2 glass walls on the outside. You can just knock on the walls and then I can give you the Legos to take home. Does this sound good?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
And then the most important thing, again, we are not having that much, actual lecture time today. The most important thing is for you to start, doing your set and record how long does it take you to do one of the bags. If bags, for example, 23 and 31 are essentially the same, it's okay for now to just practice on one. Just practice on, say, 23. See how long it takes you to do it. Ideally, you would record your time for each section, but essentially, if we just take your whole time and divide by 2, that should be almost a perfect approximation. Why do you think it's not going to be a perfect approximation to just take your time and divide by 2 to see how long it would take to do just one of the 2 stairs?
Because they could be a little different.
Right, so one thing is they could be a little bit different. And that's one reason why it's not perfect to just divide by 2. There's another reason why you can't just divide by 2 as to why if you do 2 of them, that would be different than doing 1 while someone else is doing 1.
Because like you might get tired after assembling the first one.
You might get a little tired. I mean, I'm hoping it's not going to take you that many minutes to do, so you're not going to get too tired. But there is something important that will happen if both things are being built simultaneously versus building one and then building the other. Which,
Is it a-
if you, yes,
Is it a good thing or a bad thing?
depends how you look at it.
I'd say a good thing is like if it's the same person building 2 of them, then it's so fresh in their mind that the second time through will probably be faster.
Right, but what I'm right, and so there might be a little bit of a gain doing the second one, especially the very first time you do it. But let's say you've done it a couple of times so that you're getting to your maximum building efficiency. Do you think it is going to take you longer to build it all by yourself, or to have somebody who's similar to you start and you build your one and they build their one at the same time? So let's say you're both doing bag 3, or you're doing bag 3 by yourself. So it depends on how you work. If you build everything by yourself, do you think you build the second one faster than the first one, or the first one faster than the second one?
Second one faster.
Why? I agree with you. Why?
You're more familiar with it
Well-
after doing it once.
Well, we're going to assume you've done it so many times, you've hit your steady state and you're very familiar with how to build. So you don't even need to look at the directions. You can build this in your sleep. You see it in your dreams. So you know how to build it, and you have to build the same thing twice. Why might it be faster doing the second one than the first one?
Maybe you're like in
Maybe-
the zone a bit more during the
So-
second one.
Off the zone, but there's something else.
Maybe because like those muscles are like primed in a sense, or like there's familiarity of like muscle memory from just having done it.
But again, I'm assuming you've reached the steady state where you know how to build this. You've done it 100 times already. You know
Because
this.
There's less pieces.
There's
Yeah,
less
less pieces.
pieces. There's less pieces, right? One of the hardest things is sometimes finding a piece. Oh, damn it, where is that? The fewer pieces there are, the faster it's going to be to find. Are there any students here who have heard of Rutherford's gold foil experiment to discover the structure of the nucleus? Has anybody done that in like a physics class or a chemistry class?
Yeah.
So he chose graduate students based on their eyesight, people who are willing to just look at a screen for hours on end looking for flashes. It sometimes gets very hard to find a key piece that you need, and until you find it, it can be a terrible holdup. Well, the fewer pieces there are in front of you, the easier it's going to be for you to find something. So if you build one all the way from the beginning and then build another one, that's going to be, the second one I think is going to be faster than the first because there's going to be less pieces and it'll be easier to find. what this tells you is you might not want to build in the order they tell you. You might want to build certain things that use up big pieces and then just build up a bunch of these things and then assemble it later. Because if you can quickly build and use up a lot of those big pieces, it might become easier to find other things. And so, absolutely the instruction should be a guide. It should be a starting point. But, trying to find the key piece you want, you don't want to waste too much time on that. It might become easier to find pieces if you first use a lot of pieces up quickly that, oh, these are giant blocks. I'm going to have no trouble finding these. All right, any other questions for today? All right, so give me 5 minutes to just go to my office, get a sign out sheet. Do not lose these Legos. Do not lose these pieces. It is very easy to have a piece or two missing. Try hard not to. When I get the new boxes, I will open it up so that we have a better sense of how everything is split. And then if you're not able to come by in the next hour, just send me an email and I will arrange with you a time for you to get the pieces as soon as possible. But you should plan on doing at least 5 builds today, record your times, and then we can get some data. And then what we'll do is maybe we'll create a tab where what we'll do is maybe each one of you will put your name in, which bag you're doing. So if you're doing 2 bags, you might have your name repeated twice. For now, I would probably just concentrate on 1 bag and just record your scores. If you're uncomfortable recording it for everyone to see, no problem, just do it someplace else. But really, I want to just get some data. I really want to see, how things are changing. I think it's going to be fascinating to see how the improvements, how the time goes, and of course, what information do we want to keep? What time of day is it that you're doing this? So, all right, I'm going to stop the recording now. I will get the stuff, and I will be available to distribute things in the next 5 minutes. Have a great day, all.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.